How's it going, guys? So it's been a while since I did my AEW Will Fail video. So it got a lot of views. Last time I checked, it got something like 8,000 views. It's one of my top performing videos. It got a lot of people mad. It made a lot of people happy. A lot of people agreed and a lot of people disagreed. Got a lot of dislikes and it got a lot of likes. And a lot of people still leave comments on it to this day saying that I was wrong and the video aged poorly. But then people also comment saying that the video aged very well. And I'm inclined to agree with the latter. I think that the video aged miraculously well. And, it's not like I'm some type of scientist. It's not like I, split any atoms by making the statement that they would fail, because I knew that they would fail. Because they were telling you their game plan right from the beginning, right from the get-go. They told you that they were not interested in competing with WWE, even though they still kind of do. They're obsessed with beating NXT, so you're not even competing with Raw and SmackDown. See, that's the thing. Why is AEW existing? Just to be subpar? No, they want to be successful, but they're not successful. And they keep signing all these new people, and you notice that they never manage to get past where they've always been in the ratings. And people say, where they beat Raw in the demographics. And I remember they tried to switch that around, and some people even reported as that they beat them in the ratings. And no, they didn't even get anywhere close. And the only reason that they managed to beat them in the demographics is because Raw was losing ratings. So the fact that AEW that has not moved the needle at all, and that Raw is just kind of plummeting down to the level of AEW, that does not make AEW better. See, that's where people seem to misinterpret that. They're closing the gap in a way that's not even a positive way. If they were on a meteoric rise, and that's one thing, but they could barely even beat NXT on most nights. And I get it, now NXT is scheduled to move to Tuesdays, but the thing is, NXT is their developmental. And I know they've gotten away from that idea of them being developmental, but as far as I'm concerned, it's still developmental. They do not have, as big of an audience. They have wrestlers that are there that are not quite ready to go to the main roster. As far, I never could think of NXT as like its own brand. And I know they try to sell it that way, like it's the equal of Raw and SmackDown. They tried to do that at Survivor Series a few years back. And just, no one was really buying into that concept. Maybe a few smarks and everything. And yeah, that's the key word here, smarks. Because the person running AEW is a smark. And you see, you've got guys from Japan that nobody knows about. They don't even explain who these people are. And I hear that in order to understand what's going on Dynamite, you have to watch AEW Dark. But no one's watching Dynamite. So if you're not watching Dynamite, then who the hell is going to watch Dark? Who's going to go and watch Dark if they're not even watching the main show? The main show should have the backstory. Imagine turning on Raw, turning on SmackDown. They say, oh, you have to see what happened, on our other show. You have to watch our B show to understand our A show, even though our A show is like a Z show. So that makes the B show like a negative Z show or something like that. I don't know. But this product, AEW All Elite Wrestling, is not a good product. Because their ratings are not good. And I'm sorry, I know they try to say this every which way, and they say, oh, people are streaming stuff, people are watching it on the internet. Well, why do people still watch sporting events? Why do those still get such high ratings? Why are there shows on TV that, despite people DVRing them, why are those ratings still so high? And always there's excuses. Oh, the pandemic. Oh, football. Oh, this. Oh, that. When do we just hunker down and just say that the show fucking sucks? When can we at least just be honest with ourselves and at least be able to admit the simple fact that the show's just not good? Just because, and I remember saying this too, in my video where I said that they would fail just because they're an alternative to WWE. There was people that already never saw a single shred of content from AEW, and they just decided that it was good just because they were the opposition brand. And the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, Impact Wrestling, which has put out quality content, especially when they were TNA, they had some good shows. They had good rosters. They are better than AEW. And I gotta say, just like I watched Dynamite, and I have not seen anything really worth a damn from them. Like, they're all forgettable shows. Everything is just filled with long 15, 20-minute matches. They're all just huge spot fets. And, you don't get anything out of these shows at all. You have Chris Jericho, who's cut a few decent promos and everything, but where did it go? Like, you had Jericho's group, Inner Circle, and it was just as far as I'm concerned, just a huge bomb. Like, they were supposed to be the NWO. They couldn't even get on the level of a faction like Evolution. It was just terrible the whole way through. And this is a product where we've got Tony Khan rewriting these shows at the request of Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer, a guy who is, has no experience in the wrestling world other than writing a newsletter and rating wrestling matches with stars. That is what we've got here. That's what we're working with. That is actually the person that is like shadow booking AEW. It's Meltzer Magoo. Meltzer Magoo is the one running the show behind the scenes, and no one seems to want to admit that. They're all trying to hide the fact, but they've already exposed this already, that Meltzer is on the payroll. And Tony Khan has gone on, he's been exposed. Meltzer has already said that after having a conversation with Tony Khan has actually gone back and rewritten shows. And you look at Tony Khan and you just see a guy here, and you compare him to Vince McMahon. I get it's not all about looks. If you write a good wrestling show, it's a good show, right? So there's no question about it. Tony Khan wrote a good show. Why would I care about how the guy acts or how the guy looks or anything like that, right? That would be a moot point. But because the show is as bad as it is, it becomes a point as far as I'm concerned. Because this guy is just the definition of just a big-time nerd. He is a big-time wrestling nerd. He has talked publicly about having an E-Fed when he was younger. I mean, can you imagine Vince McMahon? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Vince McMahon, I mean, is like a businessman. You look at this guy, and even though he's made some bad decisions, McMahon knows what he's doing. He's not going to be listening to a dirt sheet writer. He's not going to rewrite the whole show because the dirt sheet writer said that the show that he already had on paper is no good. But Tony Khan is that man. And right there, that is the man making this show. So you have already failed. As an owner of this company, as a founder of this company, you have failed. And you have put wrestlers that are also smarky marks themselves. Cody Rhodes, who has this inferiority complex, with Triple H, because he just can't accept the fact that he's only a mid-carder at best. But he feels that he is a main eventer that is deserving of so much. Failing to realize that, of course, I get it. If you're in the wrestling business, you want to be a main eventer. That's what you strive to be. You want to be the very best. Well, some people are just, they're just satisfied with getting 5 stars from Dave Meltzer. And, well, those are the Young Bucks. And they're also, executive vice presidents for the company. And Tony Khan is just doing this weird cross-promotion with Impact, which just absolutely makes no sense because you're dividing up your audience. And this is something that Vince McMahon knew a long time ago not to do, and it's not doing anything for AEW, and it's not doing anything for Impact. And in fact, the ratings have actually gone lower for Impact since they started doing this cross-promotion with AEW, so people are just not interested. So what do you say about something like that? People are excited, and a lot of these fans, they just need to come to terms with the simple fact that just because you think that something is cool doesn't mean that it's great, because it is proven by who's watching the show. Obviously, when the ratings drop, the people are not agreeing with what you like. And, you could say that these things are opinionated, but when you look at the ratings, that's kind of what dictates what's a good show, what's a successful show. That's probably the right word to use here. Is AEW a successful company? Is Dynamite a successful television show? No, it's not. It really is not at all. And when they did have full crowds, they were tarping things off. They were darkening out parts of the arena. They were not selling out shows. And they had every excuse in the book. They had all the lies, all the dirt sheet writers lying for them. And, and don't you see that the dirt sheet writers that they're defending AEW, they don't have really that much bad to say. And a lot of YouTubers on here also barely have a bad thing to say about AEW. It's just glorious. It's just wonderful. I mean, you had people singing the praises of Miro, the former Rusev, saying that this was just a monumental career move for Rusev, who shared a ring with John Cena at WrestleMania. And even Tony Khan has talked about that. And, people raged when Rusev was involved in an angle with Bobby Lashley, and people said that there was so much more that he was capable of. And we fast forward to, what was it, like a week or two ago? And we have Miro, the best man at a wedding. And it's the best thing ever, because it's on AEW Dynamite. So, just because it happened on Raw, it's bad. But because it happened on Dynamite, and it's approved by Tony Khan, it's just wonderful stuff. It's grade A, premium grade content, because it's under the AEW banner. And we'll talk a little bit about Revolution, which is going to happen tonight as I make this video. It's probably already started at the time that I'm shooting this. You've got people saying that they're going to sign somebody big. They're going to sign somebody huge. Or CM Punk already said that it's not going to be him. It's possible it might be him. But whoever it is, they've done this time and time again. It is not going to amount to much at all. Now, who made this announcement? It was The Big Show. Paul White. Oh shit, The Big Show's in AEW. People were losing their minds online. Did they forget that when these same people, these same smarky marks that were watching The Big Show in WWE, they were the same ones chanting in the crowd, please retire. They whined about, why is The Big Show on TV? Why is Big Show there? Why is he wrestling Braun Strowman? Why is he on there and everything? And I get it, yeah, build new stars and all that. I agree with that sentiment. But now that The Big Show is in AEW, oh shit, oh wow, oh man, this is the greatest thing of all time. Everyone is so happy to see The Big Show there. Even though he is still the same man. He's the same guy that you booed. He's still the same guy that you complained about when he was in WWE. And now he's not even able to use the Big Show name. So now he's just Paul White again. He's got a show that says no BS. Get it? Because BS as in Big Show. And he's no BS because he's not the Big Show anymore. Wow. Genius stuff there, guys. I mean, he's going to be an announcer. There's been some rumors that perhaps maybe he'll compete. Who knows? Who cares? Who really does care? And people were saying, oh man, it's over because they've signed The Big Show. Are you kidding me? Like, this is the big signing that they've come up with? This is the big acquisition? And whoever they get, even if it's Kurt Angle, it's still not going to mean a damn. People are saying, oh, maybe it's Christian. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think that it's going to be Christian. He was just at the Royal Rumble, but perhaps I might be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong, but whoever it's going to be, it's not going to make one hell of a difference, because they're going to still be the same promotion that's still focused on just catering to the smarks, catering to the marks, catering to the internet fans, and to the people that, want an alternative to WWE so bad and everything. Even if it's not even that good, they like it because they've got stars like Kenta. They've got people like Moxley that people said that they were abusing him in WWE, even though they gave him the world championship. I guess it wasn't good enough. They rather see that, Moxley be used terribly in AEW than in WWE, because he's still not over. Still not over. And Kenny Omega is your world champion. What a world champion he is. I mean, this is seriously your world champion here. You had something with Jericho, but then, you've got Kenny Omega as your world champion. And you look at the world champion over in WWE, champions, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. And you're honestly going to sit there and say that your Kenny Omega is what a true world champion is. All I have to say, guys, is you look at the ratings, you look at who's running the show, you look at just these matches that are just endless, and they're all the same thing. There's so many botches. You go on YouTube and you watch Botchamania, you will see that there is 10 times more botches in the AEW matches than in WWE. They are a gift to Botchamania. And now I look at Botchamania videos, they're like 20 minutes long thanks to AEW. They've given them so much more content. I'm sure they're very grateful. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think of AEW. And, of course, the like and dislike. I know that's going to be very, very crazy on there. That, you're going to get people thumbing this up, thumbsing it down. Go for it, guys. Let your voice be heard on here. I don't really care. Anyway, but I appreciate everybody watching the video. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all notifications when I post on my new videos. And I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support. And thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time.